Hey, everybody.
Hi.
It's us again.
Again.
Wow. Can't get enough, right? Welcome once again to Nashville Nook. This is going to be really exciting, Tiffany, because not only do we have an up-and-coming rising star, but he's a local, and he's actually performing this weekend on Saturday, May 1st. Hard to believe it's May already.
I know.
At the Groove Music Hall, Dominion Raceway. So he's coming to town. Well, I mean, he lives here, right? So that's he doesn't have too far to go. Let's bring him in right now. Welcome, Zai Cash.
Yay!
Zai. Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing today?
Good. Was that a good enough lead in? Did we bring you in with power and participation?
Good about that right there, man. Okay. Special.
Oh, good. So our job's done now. We can leave.
Yeah, we're out.
Right,
we set the bar. And then we just well, Zye, it's a pleasure to see you. We're really excited about the show. You're opening for Colt Ford, which is that's pretty big deal. I mean, Colt's a pretty cool guy, and he's got a huge following.
Yes, man. I've been a huge Colt Ford fan, and it's kind of crazy. I'm so sorry, it's my daughter.
Oh, that's your daughter?
It's okay.
1 second.
It makes it even cuter.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Well, yeah, I guess it makes me look better. But yeah, so basically, yeah, I've been a Colt Ford fan for a while now, and baby, 1 second, I'm gonna interview.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
Just wait.
Oh, that's yeah. What?
Hi.
What's her name, Zye?
Her name is Danielle.
Oh, look.
Hi, Danielle.
What a sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, it's real. This is all what we do. So we're good with it.
We're at Great Wolf Lodge, trying to enjoy ourselves before my concert.
Oh,
wow.
Very fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. A little R&R, get prepped for the show.
Oh, she's feeling how I am. It's nap time.
Oh, yeah. Well, check our watches. Yeah, it's about that time.
Oh, my gosh.
She's ready to go back to the pool. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh, it's fine.
It won't be long. We'll hurry up.
We'll hurry up. We promise.
So Zye, why don't you walk us through your story? Because how did you get to where you were and getting ready now to open this weekend for Colt Ford? And a little bit about your music, because Tiffany and I were listening and watching a little bit, and we're like, that's interesting. It is a mix, and it's sort of on the cutting edge of music, a blend of a lot of stuff. So let's turn it over to you to give us a little backstory.
Yeah, so just to give a little background of who I am, I've been doing music for a while now. A lot of songwriting for different artists, like writing pretty much anything you think of as far as styles go. My brother was the one that kind of got me to get into my own artistry of making my own music. And so he was my manager. He pretty much did everything for me, took me around traveling, trying to find opportunities. And my brother passed away in 2017. So I lost him to suicide in 2017. And so it kind of got me, like, I didn't know what I was going to do. I honestly was going to quit music. I was like, I'm done. I don't feel like doing this no more. And, but I decided a little bit later, I was like, okay, I'm just going to push and do this, make it happen. I know that's what he wanted me to do anyways too. So I ended up pushing, making it happen. I just recently ran into my new manager. I've been just kind of hustling, traveling around random places. I went to LA. Because one of my best friends lives there, and she just signed a record deal with Republic. Yeah, so she got an awesome deal. Her name is Asia Nairi, but so I ended up going out there, and I luckily just ran to the right person, right time, and they've just been helping me out, hooking me up, and get me in the right places I need to be. And as far as musically, I love creating. That's my favorite part, is just making the music. So yeah, and TikTok makes it fun too.
I was about to say, we've seen that you have a large following on TikTok.
Yeah, it's kind of where the world lives now, right? I mean, it really is.
We
really
kill
hours a day.
It is.
Yeah,
and I love being able to like do different remixes and stuff like that, like taking some of my favorite songs and be able to flex them into how I would do it. But yeah, I like being able to just do different things, but also, I'm finding myself as well, because I haven't been an artist but for like maybe 2-3 years as far as music.
And when we talk to up and coming rising stars, if you will, there's so many different paths. You see the reality shows, American Idol, The Voice, and all that stuff. But then when we read a little bit about you, you've got some connections already that seem like they could bode well, because the name Bruno Mars, Lil Nas getting kicked around. Yep. I mean, you're connected. Did you get discovered by the same team, or what's the story there?
So basically, when I was out in LA, I ran into this guy that I met probably about a year before, and he sent my music to his manager because he's like, dude, this is crazy. We got, I got to send this to a manager. So he sent it to his manager, who his manager sent it to an executive he knew, which is now my manager. Because at first he wasn't, and he was Bruno Mars tour manager. He's worked with a lot of people. He got Alicia Keys, her first deal. He's worked.
Wow.
He's been all over the place, man. He's been all over, and he's just amazing, And he heard my stuff, and he's like, I have to do this because, this is something that he's been looking to kind of do some country and things like that. He just hadn't had any artists. And so he's like, I really want to work with you. And then we've just been collecting people as we've been going, just getting a great team. And it's so weird for me, y'all. I'm like such like a normal person. So it's like, it's weird. It's weird because I've been surrounded by with a lot of like really cool people that I've been seeing on TV, listening to radio and stuff like that. Like I was just at this guy, his name is Ramtrax. He has like a big old plaque of Colt Ford when you first walk into the house.
No way.
He produced his album. This is right before I found out I was opening up for Colt Ford. So I'm just like, it's just moving so fast. I'm just like, wow, this is amazing.
You better buckle up because when it goes that fast.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right? Soak it in and don't miss an opportunity. Let's talk about the music if we can for a second, because a lot of people watching and listening right now might be like, hey, he sounds like a great guy, but what does he do? What's his style? And Tiffany, you and I were talking before we got Zion here with us about your music, trying to kind of narrow it down a little bit and say, well, how do we describe it? Because there's a lot going on there. It's not just, it's not straight up traditional country. There's an R&B feel. There's some rap in there. How do we define it if we can?
It's a good question, actually.
And what influenced you along these lines? Did you kind of grow up a country fan? The classic country versus maybe more of today. What are those influences?
Yeah, so basically, I grew up, man, listening for 93.3 WFLS on the way to school and back. My bus driver was Ford, going to Mountain View and Gale. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's all I listen to all the time, as well as my mom. She's a huge country fan as well. So I grew up listening to country, and I think for me, man, I've really been trying to find where I want to go exactly, because as a songwriter, it can be difficult. Because you're able to do so much. You can emulate anything you want to emulate, because you kind of have to be able to be a good songwriter.
Right.
So for me, I've been just coming into my own, and I am finding, because I love when I bring my voice down low, and I love that sound.
I'm sure all the ladies do too.
Yeah, they do. Because it's something I never really knew I had, was like the deeper voice, and then I started like really exploring my deeper voice, and it was like, whoa, this is butter. I need to like try this more. And so it's kind of, I do like the modern country a little bit. I grew up on a lot more classical, like George Strait and stuff. Like Randy Travis, my favorite. Absolutely.
Oh,
Randy's the best.
But yeah, so but I'm getting my spot. I'm getting where I want to go as far as like my sound. I do like that rock sound, like that gravelly. Like I love Jason Aldean. He's my favorite right now as far as current people. So he's probably probably my biggest inspiration as far as like current artists right now. Jason Aldean for sure.
I can hear a little bit of that in your music when we were listening to it, but I think I described it as I'm always that person who likes to mash two together. It's like, if these two were together, this is the baby.
Okay. So my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking and I was like, you're kind of a mashup from what I'm hearing is right now. If you're going with current country, I would say between Sam Hunt and Kane Brown, because you have the R&B style, the influence, but you also have the more rap, not really rap, but you know what I mean? Like talk country rap that Sam Hunt has, but it's still like a vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So those are your parents, just so you know. Make sure to reach out to them and be like, it's your long lost son.
Yeah, here I
you
am.
Didn't know.
I was just told that you're my dad and my dad.
Exactly.
And I heard it from those people on WFLS, that Steve and Tiffany. Yeah,
exactly.
That's funny.
That's
well,
amazing.
Yeah, we're talking with Zai Cash, who, again, I want to reiterate, this is opening this weekend, May 1st at Dominion Raceway, the Groove Music Hall, opening for Colt Ford, which is going to be an awesome show because, again, it has a huge fan base. So people are going to show up and then they're going to see you and they're going to love you. I'm sure you've already got your own huge fan base. What were you
they're traveling. They're traveling.
Yeah, like you have
coming from like Texas and Iowa,
wow,
California.
You've got like a crazy amount of. We were joking about TikTok, but you have like 250,000 people. Is that right?
Yeah, well, it just jumped up another like 6,000 just yesterday.
Nice,
man.
Wow.
It's been amazing. Honestly, I'm so blessed because they're not just they're super supportive,
right?
Like, well, I'm telling you, they're coming out, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's
a great start though for it. Because that just shows how much you're going to grow in terms of your fandom. And then with, of course, Colt Ford fans. Oh, I have to ask, have you met Colt Ford yet? Or is that Saturday?
I have not met. It was going to be my first time meeting on Saturday.
Are you nervous or like, what's like one question you're going to ask him?
Well, the first thing I'm going to tell him was I know Rick because this guy, Rick, that he works with.
Okay.
He's like a brand ambassador guy, but he's out in Nashville. And I actually stayed with Rick out in Nashville and he was like,
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost your audio.
We can still see you. We just can't hear you.
Okay.
There you are.
Good now.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So I got a phone call, so I didn't realize that.
That's why.
But yeah, I'm gonna tell him that I know Rick because Rick was like, "Oh my gosh, Colt Ford is like my guy," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know."
Okay.
That.
Nice.
Wow,
We have a mutual connection.
A little name dropping, and then we know he's a big golfer. Colt's a huge golfer, but you aren't a golfer. But you could act like you are. Maybe that would.
No,
I played some top golf. What you mean?
There you go. Some top golf, a little putt.
I'm the putt putt. Let's putt putt.
Let's go play some putt putt real quick, Colt.
Do that, Zai. When you first meet Colt, say, "Hey, I was wondering if you could help me improve my golf game. This is what's going to bring. It's going to be like family after this. You're going to say, can you give me some tips?" And he's like, "Sure. Well, what do you need to know?" And go, "I'm having a problem swinging and getting it into the clown's mouth. Over the bridge and into the clown." It would be a great icebreaker.
I'm using that.
Steve, we don't want him to get kicked out of country music yet.
Yeah,
okay.
So when you find out that I am like completely canceled, just words of wisdom.
Good job, Steve.
I am 1,000,000% sure that'll never happen, Zai. We love your stuff. We've been checking you out, and we wish the world for you. And it's great to see a local doing great and on the way up, and just doing so great.
And tell us where everyone can follow you along on social media and your TikTok, of course, to keep following along.
Okay, yeah, everything is pretty much just Zai Cash. Like my Instagram is I am Zai Cash.
Okay.
My TikTok is I think just Zai Cash. I'm
sure you'll find it.
Yeah, that's really the main ones I use. Honestly, I don't really use much other. I have a Twitter somewhere out there hanging around, but
we all have one. That doesn't mean we use it.
We'll get those key links and we'll put them right here.
I don't know how it works.
I'm
super old school, man. I'm terrible at social media, but I'm having to use it.
Well, the minute we wrap here, I'm going to go on and follow you so I can be your 250,000th follower on TikTok.
Man, you're a sweetheart.
I'll be the 250,000th follower. Actually, no, I'll probably be one because you still have to create a TikTok account.
Yeah,
Steve.
she's going to beat me to it. Yeah, good point. But I'm going to do it so I can follow you, Zai. And we are thrilled. We're going to see you out there. Can't wait for the show. And next time, maybe we can get you on. You can do some music for us and sing a little bit. That work for you?
I would love to.
Well, we'd love to have you back. And we also love your daughter, by the way. She's adorable.
Now, you got to go get her in the pool.
Bye. Okay.
Oh.
Say Danielle.
Bye.
Bye, Danielle.
Bye, Danielle.
Go splash in the pool.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. It's begrudgingly, but it's there.
Adorable.
I love it. All right, Zai. Good talking with you, sir. Absolutely. We'll see you on Saturday. Bye.